Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville again seemingly attacking our military, stating that he does not have confidence that the United States military could take on China due to a wokeness problem.
There's no second place in war, okay? We have to have the best. And right now, we are so woke in the military, we're losing recruits right and left. We've got people doing poems on aircraft carriers over the loudspeaker. It is absolutely insane of the direction that we're headed in our military, and we're headed downhill, not uphill.
Could we confidently take on China?
Oh, no. Oh, no. No.
This isn't the first time Tuberville has made comments like this. I had him on the show earlier this summer where he made similar comments, and here's how our conversation went from there. I've always thought it's really important to always talk about our military in a way that is incredibly reverential, that shows enormous respect. And it sounds like even what you just said, it makes it sound like, you know, our military is becoming a bunch of wimps. And it just seems to me that that isn't productive in the long term for sort of saying to our military, thank you. We know, and I'm not suggesting that you're not in any way pro-military. I'm just saying the language in it just feels like you're saying, we're not behind you because the whole military has become so woke.
Dan, we need a strong military. There's nobody that does more and gets less than our service members. We don't pay them near enough what they should get, and so it's a lot of things that go into it.
But isn't part of it though because there are people out there who keep telling them how, you know, bad the military is and woke the military is? I mean, it just seems to me there's always issues, right? And yet we as a country, I would think, just need to come together behind our military and say yes. And you know, there are going to be people who are going to be fighting over policy the way you do. You're a very powerful person in the Senate. You can fight over those policies. But in general, shouldn't we be just saying our military's great, our military's terrific, and not sort of throwing out these kind of, I don't know, these insults at the military that's going to make people not want to join?
I agree. I totally agree. But the problem is it has to come from the top, from the people making these decisions. When you make stupid decisions and change things, instead of going in the right direction, we don't want to ruin our military. And we're on the direction of doing that. We are making a soft, weak military from the policies that this administration has got coming down the pipe.
What say you all? Back with Scottie Nell Hughes, former Trump campaign surrogate, John Fugelsang, comedian and host on the Progress channel on SiriusXM, and Larry Sharpe, host of the Sharpe Way. Larry, what do you make of it?
I am a veteran, and he is wrong. He's wrong for one important reason. We're not actually losing recruits because of that. We're losing recruits because of addiction problems, both legal and illegal drugs, weight, and also criminals, felonies. That's why we can't recruit. That's why we can't get the right people that we want. We've been lowering our standards for years.
Army sees safety, this is number 2, not wokeness, as the top recruiting obstacle in a recent poll. Army leaders said very few say they're deterred from enlisting due to wokeness. In fact, concerns about discrimination against women and minorities is seen as a bigger issue, along with a more general distrust of the military.
Yes, absolutely right. He's wrong in that regard. But the most important piece is you want to be talking about the system, not the individual troops. Are there systems that happen? Yeah. If I want to support my military, maybe I don't want to send them off into wars that we shouldn't be fighting. Maybe I want to send them do that kind of thing, right? That's what I want to care about. The most important piece is you can be distrustful or even attack the leadership, right? The policies, the strategy, but you shouldn't be attacking individual troops.
Yes. I mean, I find it really remarkable. Tommy Tuberville does not insult the troops. He's not against the troops. He is for Tommy Tuberville. So he'll praise them if it helps him. He'll drag them if it helps him. It's all about him. I find it rather interesting that the same folks who told us 20 years ago that letting gay troops openly serve would compromise military readiness are now cheering this man for boldly compromising military readiness. 3 seats on the Joint Chiefs aren't filled because Tommy Tuberville does not respect the right of female and armed servicemen to have autonomy over their own bodies. That's what it's all about.
And actually, in that particular issue, it's even more important. He and I talked about this during the interview. It's only about the fact that when you're in the military, you get stationed somewhere, right? You don't get to pick where you live. And you get stationed somewhere, and the military is just saying, if you want to get an abortion, that they will cover the travel to a place, not the abortion itself, the travel to a place because you're a member of the military and being asked. Anyway, you're looking at me with like this evil.
Well, once again, I find it very funny when we try to apply society's standards to the military. It doesn't exist. Because if you think that the military should exist according to society, then you don't know the role of the military. The military is there is to protect. They every day go, there are bravest men and women. They are there. They will be called to their job while you and I go to put a microphone in front.
Yep.
They can be killed on their job.
Yep.
So therefore, don't hold them to the same standards.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.